Hello, hello, and we are back with some more. Hang on. Yeah, Old World Blues, yay! And I just had the unpleasant experience of cracking into a can of Pepsi, and it wasn't just warm; it was hot. Hot Pepsi. Ugh, it was not good. I poured it into a cup with some ice. So when we left off, hold on, I'm just picking a new tech to replace the one we just finished researching. I guess that's just research crowd control gear. Yeah, when we left off, we had just finished Old World Ideals and fully establishing the ghouls' control over Vault City, which really it's now the nation of Gecko, and Vault City is just the capital. So now, also I noticed, hang on, in chat, Tyrant King Xenomorph, one of our regulars here, has asked if I could rename one of the armies Tyrant's Legion of Nightmares. Which, you know what? Yeah, let's pick a... Where's a good one? Yeah, let's rename one of the ghoul divisions. How do I just rename the... No, I wanna... How do I do this again? Hold on. If I want to just rename them... Okay, yeah, it is. Just type up here. So... Doop, doop. Doop, doop, doop. Doop, doop, doop. I spelt that right. Tyrant's Legion of Nightmares. Yes, there we go. So we've got Tyrant's Legion of Nightmares in the mix. And, hold on a second. Chat box is being a little wonky. Why is the chat box insisting on snapping to a off-camera position? Hang on. The chat box is being... I have to either have it... I guess that looks okay where it is right there. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay, so... I'll let... What does everybody in chat right now think? Do we want to... go ahead down Vault-Tec calling to begin military expansion? Do we want to focus on building up the Utopian City or building up our Security Council in order to either make the city or our military better? Or the last route we could go down is... It looks like just forming the... Hang on. We could try and form the Nevada Pact right now and try and reach out to our neighbors. If we want this, we need to be puppeting someone else. And these other ones, I believe, are... Yeah, out of the question. Or wait, are they? Yeah. Those ones are out of the question. So we could either form the Nevada Pact or we could try and go our own way, but we need to expand first. Vault-Tec calling, that's what Tyrant King suggests. Which, oh, it looks like, Aprog might have left. Alright, yeah, let's begin our military expansion now that things are stabilized. So, Vault-Tec calling. For too long have we sat in our utopian city. For too long have we waited and rested. Now is the time for action. Expansion. Vault-Tec is calling. And we're gonna go ahead and do that for now. Hang on, let's think about who are we going to go against first. We could attack the Antelope Tribe, the Cult of the Flock. Okay, yeah, the Pale Folk, that's who that is. The Cyclopses, or the Yakuza. I'm leaning towards the Cyclopses or the Yakuza, Because they're like, you know, the cannibals and the raiders. Who's stronger of the two? Oops, wrong thing. They've got 30-11. They've got 5-13. So the Cyclopses might be the easier to go after. And it would honestly, in the long run, probably make us less of a target, because I know New Reno's have got their eyes on the Yakuza. So, unless somebody suggests... Oh god, this Vault-Tec calling is already done. That went by faster than I thought it would. Alright, everybody... Let's go after... Oh, the Yakuza? Alright, if you guys think Yakuza, we'll do Yakuza. So, boom. Yeah, pacify the Yakuza. The Yakuza are frustratingly competent criminals, or a frustratingly competent criminal organization that somehow survived the Great War and a century of life in the wasteland. Even more vexing is that they control one of the more heavily populated settlements north of New Vegas. It is time we put a stop to that. And let's go ahead and draw up our potential war borders if they start attacking, or if the battle actually happens. Yeah, they'll have a day to reply, but let's just plan for if they refuse. So that, and then it's a pretty simple expansion in all honesty. Alright. So we'll give them a little bit of time. Our soldiers are starting to gear up for battle. Bomb. Oh god. Again, we're researching too fast. I guess I might as well research the bomb glider. Ooh, the executives have gotten war declared on them. Calming the Yakuza is in our best interest if we can do it. Alright. Ooh, there we go, we got scrap motorcycles. So we're actually going to start building those motorcycles, dedicating one of our military factories to it. Because those are a valuable resource to have more of. And... oh man, actually, hang on. Can we... I think everything might be too advanced for us to research currently. Aside from, like, the... oh, no, wait! Let's go ahead and get the early stages of seafaring out of the way. And then over here... well, since we're preparing for war, let's put a head general in charge. Okay. So... better defense, better attack. Better defense and attack by a significant margin. Recovery rate, we can't do this one. And attack and defense. Why would we not pick Dweller Archibald over any of these three? Yeah, let's get Archibald. Also, I just realized I should probably move the chat box for this game. There we go. Actually, hang on. Let's put the chat box down here. And the alert box will be moved to the upper left for the course of this stream. After Yakuza, you suggest the Pale Folk. Yeah, I was thinking the Pale Folk would be next because they're the cannibals. I'm getting worried because I keep seeing the lag alert messages. If the lagging is too bad, please let me know. Yeah, let's go ahead and watch the 80s eat these guys. Honestly, from the looks of things, turning off the full render resolution didn't do anything for the lag, so I'm just gonna turn that back on so I'm not dealing with the horribly pixelated text. And now we're just playing the wait game while our message gets through to the Yakuza. It's worth watching the 80s grow because they're our nearby neighbors. Okay, we got pest infestation in our Brahmin fields, whatever. I like the 80s, they originate from, there was actually, before Bethesda bought Interplay and the Fallout franchise, when it was in the hands of the original developers, they were actually working on a tabletop RPG that used D&D's systems, and the 80s are pulled from that. They were going to be a faction that you would see in the northern California region following the events of Fallout 2, if I recall correctly. How much longer is this gonna take? So yeah, we got a loading bar here, so let's, like I said, while we wait for something to happen, we're just gonna go ahead and watch the 80s eat people. So, in the meantime, let's make some small talk. Ooh, actually, the Desert Rangers are eating the jackals, let's watch that. But, ooh, excuse me. Had a little bit of a burp stuck in my throat. Yeah, I find like, hold on. Every time I go to talk, stuff happens. Okay. It looks like there's no footing around it. There's nothing new to research. We're gonna start going down one of these trees. Let's make our special forces better. Actually, no, let's start dabbling into this conventional warfare. I don't have the DLC that gives us spy agencies, sadly. If I had it, I would definitely be using it. And actually, let's change where our guys deploy. They're all gonna get deployed right onto the edge of the courtyard. What is using security robot build 2? Oh, hang on, I just realized an easy way that you can identify that. Let's go ahead into here. I don't want to use this one anymore, so let's change its symbol to that. There we go. And so you should be Security Robot Division 1, as should you. Okay. And that means we can hop into here. Oh, that's what the problem was. I was training the wrong robo security. Alright, we're gonna train one more of those, but then we're gonna set up this one to train instead. Into the courtyard. Let's see, is there anything else I want to get rid of? Why is there Ghoul Regulars Model 2? Again, I feel like there's gonna be no difference if I look at these closely. I'm not seeing any difference. So we're gonna go ahead and take these guys and change their symbol to this. And now any Ghoul Regulars Model 2, let's go ahead and transform into Model 1 versions. Oh, we cannot because they're fucking Special Forces and we're at our Special Forces cap. Ugh. Alright, never mind. We have them marked to eventually get rid of them. And, okay. I don't like training the Rioteers, so we're gonna get rid of the Rioteers one. Alright. We're not going to train Motorized Division just yet, because they're not going to be needed yet. But yeah, I don't have the DLC that lets us get spy agencies, sadly. Let's zoom in a little bit here. There we go. And now we've got a nice watch of this military domination while we see our thing tick by. But yeah, to make some small talk, like, I had mentioned earlier how, like, I wanna like Fallout 4 more, but there's a lot of little ways they dropped the ball. And like, there's just so many little things that, like, if I had a good skilled mod developing team and the ability to, I would completely retrofit that game. For one, there's nice biome diversity in Fallout 4, especially compared to other Fallouts. I feel like it didn't go far enough, especially when you compare it to, like, Fallout 76's biome diversity. I think that in Fallout 4, they should have had more regional specific enemies, which they have a little bit of, but not enough in my opinion. In the northern region of the map, there should have been a lot more passive type enemies that were there just for hunting and getting food. The gunners should have been found very heavily in Boston and south of Boston. Maybe put some crazed cultists in the northeastern region of the map around where Salem and the cursed quarry was. Like, things like that, I think, could have done wonders to making the world feel more diverse. Rioters are the best for... Yeah, I just use militia to fight the rioters. It's good enough. The difference isn't significant enough to bother making riot gear. You know? Like, I don't want to waste my supply, or any of my factors in making riot gear, because it's not, like, super worth it, in my opinion. Hang on, let me see. Yeah, there's not really a way I can give a background to the Twitch chat currently. Maybe in the long run I'll try and give them a background. Okay. So that's just happened. So yeah, they're going to get an event. They have a day to respond. So, while they're spending a day responding, we're actually going to go ahead and do the Security Council. We're going to start looking into Security Council. Ooh, Vault-Tec power armor, cool. I see, I found out, I had always thought the Vault-Tec power armor was like a fan-created concept that had just taken off really popular. I was surprised to find out that it actually came from Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, the most hated Fallout game. For good reason, I might add. But yeah, let's, go ahead. The safety of Vault City remains as an absolute priority, and it's the duty of the Council to maintain that safety. So let's go ahead and give the Yakuza some time to respond. Here we go. As we prepare to make war on the Yakuza tribes, we can give them an opportunity to lay down their arms and accept the inevitable. This would save lives and resources on both sides, not to mention time. On the other hand, we would lose the chance to impose whatever terms we see fit. The choice is yours, Festus. And we are going to give them a chance to surrender, right? I think that's what we're gonna lean toward, because then they will become a puppet nation, and like, yeah, anything that can allow us to skip out on war is a good thing. Yeah, I want to get the deal. I looked into it, like, Man the Guns, La Resistance, and I think it's Walking Tiger or something like that, Something Tiger. Those are the three that make the biggest changes to this DLC, or to this mod. So I want to get those DLCs eventually. Yeah, we're gonna go with the peace option. Give them a little bit of time to respond. What do you say, Yakuza? Little bit of... There we go. It was auto-saving, so it was taking a moment. Oh, did they just say yes? Because now we got full visibility on them. Ah, they accepted! They're now our puppet. And they're gonna keep doing their own thing. Alright. Yeah, hell yeah. And is that reflected in any way in any faction maps or anything? Not really. Alright. So now let's take our entire army and move them onto the Pale Folk border. We're going to delete these. Can I actually... Oh, yes I can. Placing some potential future borders for in case I ever need them. Oops, I placed them using the wrong tool. Hold on. Do this. There we go. So front line 1, front line 2, front line 3, and then we'll do one down here for the time being. Yep, and now they're all on that front line. They're gonna move over here. And we're gonna make, of course, once again, gonna make battle plans. Just like that. Hug along their southern border and swallow up all their territory. If they declare war on us. Yeah, they accepted our proposal and become a vassal. The only rational choice. We've finished researching payload gliders. Okay, I've never actually puppeted anyone. So let's do clamp down on autonomy. Master impact. What does master impact mean? Hold on. Is there like a... Okay. Oops. Let's see. Fewer than 3 subjected natures. What does this do for us? Let me know what clampdown on autonomy does, because I don't understand what this does in favor of us. Meanwhile, this one... Industrial exploitation, which grants consumer good. Okay, yeah, we're gonna exploit them. Somebody let me know what clampdown on autonomy does. Well, someone right now. The only one here is Tyrant King Xenomorph. Let me know if you know Tyrant King. In the meantime, yeah, we're now. Oh, we can go a little further down some trees. So let's go ahead and get better seed selection. And then after this thing's done, we're going to try and reach out to, We're gonna, actually I wonder which one we should do. Should we, yeah, I know what we're gonna do next. We're gonna try and, subjugate these guys. It will be our next action. Yeah, by picking peace, they get to keep their tech tree. I'm not sure what clampdown on autonomy does, though. That's the one that I'm really wondering on. Okay. Oh, I just farted. Some more scavengers are missing. Alright, there's the last Robo-Security 2 that we made by accident. Let's go ahead and turn that into Robo-Security 1. We'll send out a new scavenger team that uses vehicles. Let's change where we're deploying our people. Then are going to deploy in the southern end of whatever this region is, Galakonda. Alright. See, I like doing this with the border, even if I'm not going to use all of them, because it feels like I'm setting up, like, the, It draws an outline around all of the territories that are friendly with me, which I think makes it easier to, like, wrap my head around what's going on. Let's see here. Send rescue team. There we go. We found them! Yay! Clamp makes it harder for them to become a free nation, while the other makes it easier for them to become a free nation later down the line. Okay, so we're gonna clamp down on autonomy. So yeah, it reduces master is master impact a thing that they are having tracked on their end, kind of thing? I'm guessing. I've never experimented with, like, puppeting stuff. I've never been puppeted, nor have I ever puppeted someone, so this is, a new territory for me. Alright, let's go ahead and just watch the jackals die. While we wait for our security council to get their shit in order. But yeah, I was talking about Fallout 4. Another thing is I feel like way too many of the factions were, like, the Brotherhood feels like the only well-fleshed-out faction mechanically in Fallout 4. Everyone else feels a little too, like, not put together. Like, the Institute should maybe be a bit more clear on what their goal is, and as I said, you should be able to get cybernetics from them. Has, like, your, like, how the Railroad gives you the, what you call it? The clothing thing, the ballistic weave. The Institute should have given you access to cybernetics. Also, I think there should have been perks you get from each faction as you go further along with them. There's evidence that this was gonna happen, where, like, as you got further ranked up in the Brotherhood, you would have gotten better perks, and as you got ranked up in the Railroad, you would have gotten better perks. I think that not doing that was, like, a mistake on the Bethesda's part. Yeah, the Institute should have given you cybernetics, and, like, I can't think of a lot more the Institute could have given you that would have been super cool, aside from if they had kept you being able to bring back your dead spouse. But I think it's better that they cut that in the long run, like, thematically for the game. Oops. Let's go ahead and... flexible design. And put a little bit of work towards this. So there we go, from the looks of it. Yeah, Gecko's getting built up finally. So yeah, now we're getting the expansions I was waiting on. Then with the Railroad, the Ballistic Weave was a good start. I still think they should have done the perk chain like they had planned. But something else, it should have been impossible to get the Railway Rifle without going a certain distance down, and it should have been like a legendary weapon rather than a weapon a bunch of enemies can spawn with. I think making the Railway Rifle a one-of-a-kind weapon that you could only get from working long enough with the Institute would have been a really cool touch. You know? We're gonna go ahead and just delete that. Because that's not gonna be needed much longer. You should begin on... We should begin on our own focus tree soon. Yeah, right now we're waiting on this focus tree to finish before we push on more. Hold on. What is this about? Send out manual prospectors. Yeah, let's do that. Now we've got 2 scavenging teams out at the same time. Hell yeah. Mojave Territories has declared war. Ooh, let's watch that war. This is always a fun war to watch. Especially now that they've modified it and the Brotherhood is a little bit more likely to win than they were at launch. Oof. And let's go ahead first into here and do some political bribes. And then let's put in charge one of these guys. Let's go with the research advisor. Experience gain, conventional research, automated warfare, refined warfare. Experience. Look, we're gonna start by going down a little bit of conventional warfare in the long run. So we're gonna put the military theorist in charge. Yeah, we're gonna begin working on our own focus soon. As soon as this thing is done. God, the Iron Alliance is doing good, huh? I always low-key root for the Brotherhood because it's always fun, like an interesting outcome when they win. But, getting back to what I was saying. Oh, wait, hold on. Also, there are 3 nations you play at the game start that are puppets to other nations. Oh, yeah, I've never picked any of those ones, though. Okay, that was the thing. But yeah, so Fallout 4, another thing I think would have been cool, a little change they could have made to the railroad that would have been really cool. When you start, hold on, I'll talk about this in a moment. So, we can go our own way. I'm gonna wait a little bit before we pick that one, though. And first, we're gonna go ahead and do, Cull the Flock. The warriors of the Pale Folks tribe have been the nightmare of central Nevada for decades, launching nightly raids on caravans and outlying settlements in an endless hunt for supplies. Like raiders, they survive by taking. Like raiders, they should be dealt with swiftly and with extreme violence. Alright. Let's continue watching this. So, what I was saying before, I think it would have been cool if the railroad still had switchboard at the start of Fallout 4. And, with switchboard, they were able to, God, hold on, words. I think it would have been cool if they still had switchboard, and when you show up, Pam is still stuck inside of a computer. And, like, you show up and they give you a couple of missions and then you get back, and then the attack on switchboard occurs after you have joined them. And like in the setup, you still do the whole Freedom Trail thing, and like you arrive at that underground base and they're like, oh, this isn't our main base, it's a temporary one, but you're not allowed, like this is just where we bring new recruits. You're not allowed to see the main base yet. And she's talking about how she's gonna give you all these like small, meaningless missions, but then Deacon is like, yeah, you know, this is bullshit. I know that you're better. Excuse me. I know that you're better than this. I know you could kick some serious ass if we gave you the chance. So he would give, the Deacon would give you a mission different from what Desdemona was telling you to do. Or like, because Desdemona was giving you grunt work. You go and do that mission. You get back and they're like, "Damn, you really are good. You can join Switchboard." Scavengers found nothing. And then, yeah, so she's like, you should be moved to Switchboard. You're way too useful, I realize now. You arrive at Switchboard, you get shown around, and you get shown the Pam supercomputer. And I'm thinking, wait, what is going on? Yeah, Vault City can level up. Oh, I don't have enough political power. And I'm thinking, like, maybe the mission that Deacon takes you to do is getting the Assaultron body for Pam. Or maybe you get that after you've already been brought to Switchboard. And then you bring that, and they start trying to hook up Pam to this robot, and they're taking their time. And then the Institute attacks, and they're like, listen, we need to get as many people out as we can. We need to get Pam safe. Protect Switchboard, and stand your guard and hold them back, new guy. And so you have to stand there and fight off wave after wave of Institute attack until they get Pam downloaded and out along, or they get a bunch of people out, and then they get Pam downloaded. And then Pam runs forward as an Assaultron and joins you in the fight, and whoops some serious ass for a little bit before you all abandon Switchboard because it's been compromised. And then you fall back to the Old North Church where you had originally joined. I think that would have made the railroad feel much less lame. You know, if you were there when they suffered the massive failure that they suffer. Because then you see them at what their peak was so that you would know what you're helping them get to. You suggest to absorb them and not fully puppet them with New Reno? Alright, I think I'll take your advice. My advisor seems to know what he's doing. Well, he, she, they, I don't know your gender. Sorry for assuming. Just Tyrant King makes me assume he. Alright, you go ahead here. That's still ticking by. Oh yeah, I wanted to be watching this battle, duh. Oh man, I think the Brotherhood's gonna win this. Which means we could eventually have the chance of fucking Big MT spawning in. Which is the thing. Where does everybody think Big MT is in real life? I believe it's somewhere up here. Yeah, like, there's a mountain research facility that shares a similar name to what the Big MT research facility is, and I believe there's been, like, hints that that was part of what inspired it. Like, north of Area 51 a bit. Look, it sounds like the textclave is words. The textclave is expanding quite a bit. Oh, they're not expanding a whole lot there. Oh god, wait, no, they are expanding quite a lot. What is the decision we can make? Invest in small businesses? Yes, please. Oh god, we've been going for 35 minutes, huh? I think after Cull the Flock gets its results of either war or peace, regardless of what happens, we're gonna take a break and wrap up with Old World Blues for the night. Because I've got a good hour and a half of more than an hour and a half of content. That's 3 weeks worth of content, because this is a weekly series. Maybe a super I like the roleplay Tyrant King. Ooh, that's an interesting thing. Would Caesar allow super mutants in his army? I don't think he would. Is that how you got banned? Did you get banned because you got infected with FEV and he was like, nah, I don't like that. Get out of here. I don't trust like that. The Mojave Brotherhood's expanding quite well. Man, I remember I was watching something talking about, like, Fallout lore. Like, things of lore that aren't clear and people are, like, debate over still. And one of them was, do super mutants have penises? Because there's lore to suggest both that they do and that they don't. Which I just think is, I like the idea of people debating that. Now, do the big green ogres have dicks? I need to know if I can have something from them put in me. Because in a few of the games we see bodies of them, like in the Fallout 4, Fallout 76. You can see completely nude super mutants that are eunuchs. You know, there's nothing down there, they're smooth. And there's a lot to suggest that, like, the higher testosterone at the very least gets rid of any feminine traits. But Jacob of Jacobstown seems to suggest that he's got a schlong. Oh, I feel like Lannius would 100% trust super mutants in his army. What are these locked behind? Why can I not research these? Requires following. I guess I have to go down a branch of my focus tree if I had to guess. Let's see here. What do I want to research next? What can I research next? Okay, none of those are too advanced. Let's make our vehicles better. Bone dancers. Bone dancers. Prince Chico's been taken over. Iron Alliance is growing. What's this about? Hire follower. I can hire follower agricultural experts. Let's do that. Alright. We're about to be done with Call the Flock. At some point I want to do a playthrough of Fallout 1 on the channel. That's something that I may do in the future. Okay, here we go. So while they make their decision, we're gonna go ahead and do Camp Carson on the side. The Yakuza have proven to actually be a much smaller force than we had anticipated. Or hang on, I should do my goal voice. The Yakuza have proven to actually be a much smaller force than we anticipated. However, they are highly skilled combatants. With encouragement and investments, they could become frighteningly effective special forces operation. A frighteningly effective special forces operation. I like the horn in this song. So we'll give them a chance to surrender. As we prepare for it to make war... Oh, this is the exact same text as before, isn't it? Yeah, so let's give them a chance. Alright. What do they say? What do you say, pale folk? Is it war or peace? So I like to think... Okay. So making these people puppets, I like to think it's like we're sending troops into Yakuza territory, forcing them to not commit, like, be criminals, and trying to reform them. But a large part of that is actually that we're also, like, we're helping them build farms, or teaching them agriculture, we're giving them, like, supplies, and hooking them up to the Gecko power plant electric system, you know, getting long lines of power lines on. We have an airport. Oh no, we don't have their airport, though. Meanwhile, the pale folk were doing the same thing while also trying to make them, you know, not eat people! Alright, God, who would our next focus be? Probably the tribe to the north. So let's go ahead, get our entire army assigned to that border, and do some quick border adjustments. Delete this, and set up new front lines here, here. Oh, actually, let's delete that front line for a moment. Hang on. So I'm just doing this as like a last thing before we wrap up. So there we go. We got some more potential front lines. Yet the Cyclops, you're suggesting the exact thing I was thinking. Oh, the Enclave or the Brotherhood are the only ways to get cybernetics. So we're not going to be able to get it this run. Alright. But yeah, I think we're going to wrap up there for now. We've gotten 2 puppets under our belt. You know, we're slowly claiming control of the surrounding regions, which is nice. Stretching a little deep. Stretchy. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up for now. I may stream again tonight, so keep an eye on my Tumblr to see if I do or not. I hope you have all been enjoying this. Hang on. There we go. I hope you've all been enjoying this. If you have been, be sure to be dropping likes on the YouTube end. Here, just showing up here to the Twitch streams shows that you enjoyed it, Tyrant King. But yeah, I guess I'll see y'all later. Ta-ta.